Hey, how's it going, everybody? And today in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make millions very quickly by using just your businesses and just pretty much learning how to exactly do your businesses properly and make the most amount of profit you can with them. So let's get on into it. Alrighty, so I'm going to be pretty much talking about each business and just pretty much breaking it down and talking about how to do it. So first, as you can see, I'm going to be starting with the MC businesses, and you can own as many as you want, but just keep in mind, the more you own, the more you have to pay whenever you have to pay for like the bills or so, which I believe is every 48 minutes. So right now with just these three, I have to pay $18,000. So I mean, it's pretty pricey just with even three. So I'd say really three would be like my most that I'll probably have. I mean, I might eventually buy a fourth, but the best businesses to buy are pretty much everything except for forgeries. Just stay away from these. I mean, they're all pretty bad. I mean, it's overpriced too. But cocaine, I'm pretty sure, is the best one. But as you can see, I have a cocaine one, a meth one, and a weed one. Now, I would prefer to pretty much just buy the cheapest one because I like the, but personally, I like the locations of my cocaine and meth lab. That's why the reason why I bought the cheapest one. But I mean, if you're somebody else who likes the location and let's say here, which is down by the city area, as you can see, you might want to buy this one. But for 1.8 million, I wouldn't really buy it. Counterfeit cash you can also buy. I mean, here it's pretty expensive though for these businesses. I mean, 18,000 or not 18,000. I wish 845,000. I mean, my meth lab's literally just right about over here, and my coke one is just a little bit south of over here. But what you want to do pretty much is, I would say you want to buy supplies, or if you just have one or two of them. But if you have three plus, then I'd say you can pretty much just always, let's say you do three supply ones for this place, do three for here, then you go to the third one and you resupply that one too. So you do 9 total supply runs, 3 for each if you need to. I mean, sometimes you might only need to do 2, sometimes you might need to do 4. But somewhere where it gets pretty high for its supplies level. I mean, as you can see, all of them, this one's about halfway stocked, this one's a little bit more than half, and this one's pretty close to being full. But if you just have one or two, I'd say just buy supplies. And then there's always the businesses. They can be, it doesn't matter about how much money there are in each of them, because it can vary. Sometimes there might be 4 vehicles, sometimes it might just be 3 vehicles. But usually if you, like this one right here, I would be surprised if it, I'm pretty sure this would be a 3 vehicle. This one would also be a 3, and I'm pretty sure this one would also be a 3. This one's probably the closest to being 2 vehicles, but this one also has a chance of being 4 vehicles. So I'd say if you have something about at least as big as this one that I do here for my cocaine lockup, you want to do at least with 4 people. And if there's just 3 vehicles, which there probably is a better chance of being 3 vehicles, just have the 4th person to be kind of flying around on some kind of vehicle that weaponized that can protect other people that are making the drops or the going to the locations and whatever it is. But I mean, pretty much just do what it says, and you should be pretty much running that pretty fast. But just keep in mind that you can only be an MC as you run those businesses. So next I'll talk about bunker. Alright, so as you can see, we're here in my bunker, and I have all my business upgrades except for the security upgrade. I mean, it's not really feel like buying that one. But I have the equipment upgrade and employee upgrade, or whatever it is. So as you can see down in the bottom right, I have $469,000 worth of stock. So, I got all my stuff back here. So let's go and see how much I can sell this if I was to sell it to Los Santos. Just keep that in mind, always sell to Los Santos. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's kind of like common sense to do that, because I never even done that, even when I was back when I was like a noob, I was level 50 and had the forgeries business. I even sold the higher one. So let's go to sell stock. So you can see a little bit over 700k to sell to Los Santos, which is a pretty high amount for a business sale. So So I'd say this right now is probably a 3 vehicles. Or is it? There it is. It's like about maybe 60% or so of the bar is filled up, maybe a little bit more than that, 65, 70%. And I do have the upgrades, but what you want to do is here, if you have business upgrades, always buy supplies. Unless the only time that I don't buy supplies is when I'm pretty much waiting for my MC businesses for that supplies to turn to stock, and I don't want to just, and I actually have time to play, and I don't want to just sit here and be AFK for an hour waiting for my supplies to turn to stock for my other businesses. So that's the only time that I will pretty much just go ahead and do supply runs, because it gives me something to do while I'm actually helping myself at the same time. So, like I said, always just buy supplies at the right time, and always resupply and steal supplies at the right time. That's really the key to making millions with your businesses, always just knowing when to and when not to buy supplies. And also just what to do when you are selling. So let's go on into my computer here. So as you can see, I've made 5.7 mil with 16 sales, and let's go to my sell rate for Los Santos. As you can see, it's 95%, which is not too bad. I mean, it's pretty good. And Blaine County, like I said, never saw the Blaine County because I don't. And so you can see it's 0% here. And my resupply rate's pretty good too. 16 sales. Now, keep in mind, always do your businesses, because this would probably be closer to 30 if I always kept doing my businesses, but there was a time that I just only did import and export, which that's another thing that I'll bring up later in the video on how to pretty much do that stuff. But also always do the what's going on, see what events are going on in GTA. Because right now, this week as I'm making the video right now, there is 50% bonus on import export missions. So if you sell a top range car, normally it's just 100k, but now you can make 150k. Or maybe for right now, or another week, it could be double money on bunker stuff. So if you see my value down there, it says 469. So this is around that to 450k. So that'd be 900,000. So I would say 900k if it was double money week. If that was just normally 450k originally. And then you could probably make a 1.2 million sale if you were to sell to Los Angeles with that sale. So I mean, you can make some pretty big extra amount of money if you see what businesses have bonuses attached to them for a week. So that's really about bunker, just really knowing how to resupply your business, your bunker. And also just same thing with about the amount of people that you want to sell with, like how I said about the MC businesses. And it pretty much goes with everything except for import export, because that's always optional. If you just want to sell one vehicle just by yourself, if you want to sell 2 vehicles with another person. So let's move on to the next business. Alright, something I want to mention before I get into this segment of businesses. I'm not going to say anything about the hangar business, because to me, hangar business is pointless to do. It's just kind of a waste of time to do, unless it's on double money bonus, when it's actually you get $20,000 per crate instead of 10,000 like how it is normally. Because usually it just takes too long to do it, because I just don't like it. I mean, unless you have 4 other people with you, it's kind of worth it. Otherwise, I just would recommend to not do it by yourself solo. It's more of a thing to do with probably at least 2 other people. So that's just a quick thing to say about hangar. But let's go ahead and get into a special cargo. So best way to always make this go profitable is, I mean, I could have made a mistake by buying a small little one, because 16 crates isn't that much if you think about it. Because what I do, the best thing to always do is just buy 3 crates, no matter what, even if it's just you buy it yourself, because it's just the quickest way. Because if you buy 3 crates, there's a pretty good chance that might just be in one vehicle. And the way to check that is actually after you press buy 3 crates, and you log off your computer, you can actually go to your map and select and change it. And this will be my thing right here. And if your warehouse doesn't show up on the map, then that means it's all in one vehicle. And if it does show up on the map, then that means all 3 will be separate. just want to say that about CEO crates. So now let's go to import export. Alright, so here's import export. So sourcing vehicle. This is you can't choose what vehicle you're sourcing, but there's a way to work around that. So what you want to do is when you source a vehicle, you want to get 10 mid-range and 10 standard range vehicles in your warehouse. Then after that, every vehicle will get top range. But if you get one top range vehicle, when you have one top range vehicle, sell that vehicle, because you can't do it. You'll just keep on getting. It won't let you do it if you don't sell that top range vehicle. So always, once you just get that one top range vehicle, always just sell it once you have 10 of the mid and standard range. So just a few more little tips I'm going to go ahead and say is, I can see I have 9 others in this session, and a lot of them are pretty high ranked. I mean, 2 of them though are level 40, I believe, yes. And I mean, there's a few though that are pretty high ranked. I mean, we got like, what, 5? Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, there's a lot of higher up there players in this session. But I mean, as you can see, I mean, I made a lot of money with all this racks and stacks around me and spill all over the floor. But these tips should help you make millions pretty quickly, considering I have 12.6 right now. And also, is just follow the bonuses and just do as I said in this video, and it shouldn't be too hard to make maybe 5 million in just 2 weeks or so. So I would be happy if you were to subscribe, and if this video helped, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.